Thanks for joining me, Erica. I'm so excited to have you on to launch our Inspiring Wellness campaign. I have a ton of questions that I want to get in to with you. But first, before we start that, I would like you just to introduce yourself and sort of tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, thanks so much for having me. My name's Erica Fineglass. I'm the pediatric cystic fibrosis dietitian at Nemours Children's Hospital, where we take care of about 150 or so children with cystic fibrosis.
So, Erica, when it comes to food and its correlation to moods, how does what you put in your body affect your mood? And I mean, do you have any advice for if someone is in a bad mood or a cranky mood, how to get them out of it using nutrition?
So the most important thing is really just making sure we're not having any major gaps in our nutrition, making sure that we're getting all of the food groups in. So some of the ways that I suggest to make it a little easier on parents and families is when you serve a meal, try to aim for at least 3 food groups. And when you serve a snack, try to aim for at least 2 food groups. And if you're doing that, there's a pretty good chance you're going to be pretty well balanced with getting a little extra fat and some protein, and that you're not just having one type of nutrient like a carb only snack. Sometimes, if we eat just simple carbohydrates, we have a tendency to have a swing in our blood sugar, and that can sometimes help us or make us feel a little cranky later if we're having a high and then a low blood sugar. So the balance is really key in making sure we're staying good and feeling good in terms of a blood sugar standpoint.
I love it. And I know I sort of called on you to help me come up with a smoothie recipe to make with my friend Buster, who's a California Legacy recipient. So can you give us a little sneak peek of what we're going to see when Buster and I make that smoothie next week?
Yeah, so I sent Buster 2 different options. One's more of a fruity option, and one's more of a chocolatey banana flavored option. And the key takeaway points for those smoothies is that they're not just fruit and juice. Sometimes we go to these commercial smoothie places, and a lot of the smoothies that are offered are just simple carbohydrates. And those are the types of things that can definitely cause some mood swings if we're having some blood sugar responses. So the smoothie recipes for Buster have a little fat, have some protein in them, and they're just a really nicely well balanced snack option.
That's awesome. Well, I hope Buster chooses a chocolate one because that's my favorite for sure.
So for a go-to snack, I really do enjoy just a good old-fashioned banana with some almond butter. I just love that combination of sweet with a little bit of nutty, and it has some really good healthy fats in there that are good for our brain. So my favorite smoothie is I really like banana, strawberry, but a little bit of some cocoa powder in there too. So it has that chocolatey flavor, but it doesn't need all that extra sugar because the fruit alone is providing some sweetness.
I love it. I love it. And then also, do you have any tips or easy tricks for people who are lactose intolerant or want to stay away from dairy products?
So there's a ton of milk alternatives out there now. I usually encourage families to look at either soy milk or to look at the pea protein milks because they do have about the same amount of protein as dairy milk. Um, Almond milk, there's nothing wrong with it. I just like to make sure families are aware if you're using something like almond milk or oat milk that has basic or coconut milk even, there's no protein in it. So just be aware that you need to add a protein from another food source.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today and all of your advice. I know it's definitely going to help me as well as the CF community and pretty much anybody out there who's looking to kickstart their 2021 the right way. And thank you for kickstarting the 2021 Inspiring Wellness program as well.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.